I decided to visit one of those transitional homes. Glenn Hamill is the pastor of Promised Land Ministries Lighthouse, just outside of Shell Point. Glenn looked familiar to me, and I told him so when we met. As it turns out, he and I were less than 2 years apart and attending Wakulla High School. We were also in the same theater production held at the courthouse over 20 years ago. However, we've never had an official conversation. He was painting the inside of what will soon be a thrift store, another branch of their ministry.
We are an all-male facility. We have future plans of expansion and branching out and being able to help some women in a similar type situation. But at this point in time, we're an all-male facility. We solely operate off of donations. Everything that we do is by donations. We receive donations from several local churches and individuals, but we also, through the donation-based lawn care service, are able to continue to make ends meet. And as you sit in these buildings, you see that we're about to open up a thrift store, and which will need donations to have goods to sell in order to maintain that avenue also. First and foremost, about Jesus Christ. We're a fellowship of believers that believe that the only way to really reach our Father's heart is to reach out to the community. So, with that in mind, we take in homeless men that have substance abuse problems. We do rehabilitation with them. Sometimes they're not homeless. Sometimes they're about to be homeless because of substance abuse problems, and we house them and do discipleship program with them there at the ministry. 32-week program for them. We also have an emergency food bank that we service the community once a month. Every Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month from 1 to 3 p.m. we give out whatever food we have available to the community. And we have a donation-based lawn care service that kind of reaches out to people that can't afford to have a regular lawn care company come take care of the property of the elderly and their things.
Promised Land has a donation-based lawn care service. He spoke about what it's like for the men involved in the program.
They go out and work in the community. They as volunteers. That covers their costs and upkeep and the different things, the different lessons and Bible studies and things they go through. They find it's a way to really give back to the community. Most of them have drug or alcohol problems or some type of life controlling problem. And what they find that to be very rewarding themselves is that instead of taking, which they've been doing for years, now they're giving. And it really gets a whole new mindset to them and creates a sense of freedom for them. To do things differently than they've always done before. And not only do they feel that it's very therapeutic, and not only do they get a sense of giving back, but it also very much does help cleanse the system, and clean them out and get their endurance and strength that it builds up. And when they get ready to exit the program, they know they have something they can do. They may have had experience doing other things. They know physically, emotionally, and mentally they're stable enough to to work a full-time job, to do what they need to do, to make ends meet, and regardless of how hot it is or how difficult it is, endurance level and stamina really does increase. Most of them is word of mouth. There are some agencies, probation or parole know we're there, and occasionally if they have somebody that they feel like may be a good candidate. And again, we're faith-based. We're not a licensed DOC facility or anything like that. We're faith-based and volunteer organizations, so they'll inform people that we're there if they want to pursue it. Appalachia Human Services, PATH and Detox, and different things like that. Tallahassee Behavioral Health. And know we're there. Not everybody at these organizations know we're there, but some of them do. And when the opportunity arises, they'll share there's a place, that's all about the Lord. You don't have to work hard, and you have to do what you need to do in order to stay there. But if you want to call them, here's the number.
He told me about their latest endeavor, the new thrift shop.
But one of the main avenues that we really want to do is to have a location that we were able to continue to receive and also be able to distribute, needed items. Our future plans are to hopefully be able to, network with some churches and some agencies here in the community to be able to offer significantly discounted gift certificates for when people are in need. They can give out the gift certificates, and then people can come and get what they need for their house or whatever the situation may be. So we're looking at it as another avenue of ministry for the community.
Okay.
As well as also being able to support more ventures, of ministry.
I was interested to know more about Wakulla's homeless population.
To answer your question, we have seen a significant decline in what's available to give, a significant increase in the need for people that need it. In 2 hours, we'll have excess of 100, 150 families show up for food. In Wakulla County alone, in a 2-hour time period, and we usually give out of food before the 3 o'clock hour. Like you said, it's very difficult to pinpoint in Wakulla County, how many people are homeless. There's a lot of people that live in the woods, live at the state park, live at the city park, live with friends or family members, or, room and board because they have nowhere else to go. In reality, whatever numbers are based for Wakulla County on the statistics, and Promised Land Ministries was the only listed homeless shelter. So only the people that came through Promised Land were listed as homeless. And since we're an all-male facility, that doesn't even cover the whole gamut of, women and children, that may be homeless also. Unfortunately, county, most of the individuals that are homeless that aren't able to secure some type of housing with either a friend or a family member or, camp out, go to Tallahassee and enter into the shelter programs because that's the only other resources available. That's the reason why there is such a need for us to branch out, and be able to have a place for women and children.
Knowing Glenn from a distance in school, I was eager to understand why he chose this path in life.
It's been a long journey for me. I got saved when I was young. My grandfather was a pastor for years. My father's father, he was a pastor in Stark. They actually met each other, introduced my mother and father together, and they named me Glenn Melvin. So I don't know if I had a choice but to become a preacher. They can call me via 926-3281. Come out and join us for church Sunday mornings at 10:30 and stay afterwards and talk with us. We are located at 20 Church Road. If you're headed to Shell Point Beach, you come off Spring Creek Highway on the Shell Point Beach Road, we're the first driveway on the right.